Welcome back. So here we are going to use Python-YouTube. So here is this is a library that it is produced by Python community, and this is how you can install it. Pip install Python-YouTube, right? So I mean, rest of the documentation is also available if you want to read. So let's jump straightforwardly into the coding file. So let's create the coding file over here, Python 3. So that we can see how can we import and install this library, right? So we'll say YouTube automation. Let me repeat. You will find all these coding files along with this course description or in course material, right? So what we copied from here is pip install python-YouTube. So we'll paste it over here, and we know that before that we have to put exclamation mark or the magic sign, right? So you have to run this cell, then this library will be installed. I already have installed it, so I'll straightforwardly jump into importing the library. So I'll say from PyYouTube I want to import API, right? So I want to import API from PyYouTube. Now let me run it and let's see if it is importing or not. Yes, it is importing. Now the next thing is we want to instantiate an object of API, the YouTube API, right? So we'll say API equals to API, this object, right? And then inside it we'll say API underscore key equals to. So here we have to paste the API key of our YouTube channel. Now from where we can get the API key of our YouTube channel, we'll check it out in upcoming video. How can we get or how can we generate the API key for our YouTube channel, right? So first of all, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you are logged in by using your Gmail account that is applicable on your YouTube channel as well, right? So first of all, you have to get logged in, and second thing is here is an email, here is a URL for which you from where you can find the relevant API key. So let me go to this API, this web address, and here we have to follow simple 2 or 3 steps, and then we'll be able to create it, right? So here I already have created a project, so you can create a new project. Let me create a new one, and here you have to name it. So let's say YouTube automation, right? And let's create it, right? It is creating the project, so let's wait for it for a few seconds. Great. And then we'll go again over here and we will select this project, right? We'll select it. So here you can see that now this YouTube automation project is selected. Then we'll go to library, and here we will enable that which library do we want to use. So here we'll specifically type YouTube and we will hit enter. So this is the library that we want to use, YouTube Data API v3 version 3, right? So we'll click on it and then we will enable it. So this is step 2. Step 1 was creating the project. Step 2 is enabling the library, and step 3 is waiting for it to get enabled. Yeah. Oh, it is not enabled. Let's click it. Yeah, now it is enabled. Then we'll go to credentials. In credentials, here is a button called create credential. So we'll click on create credential. Then there is a option called API key. So we'll click on API key. So it is creating API key. Let's wait for it. Great. So here we go. So we have our API key. Let's copy it and let's come back and paste it over here, right? So let's store it in a variable called my API key equals to this, and let's replace it. Let's say my API key, right? So we might need to use this key later on as well, so let's store it in a variable, right? Good to go. Let's run it and see if it works or not. Great, there is no error, which means that it is working perfectly fine. So far we are able to import and install the library that we wanted to work with, and then we are able to create the API key as well. And by the way, after working, you should be deleting this API key as well. So this is how you can delete it. Select it and click on delete, so it will be deleted, right? So far I have to work with it. So after this work I will delete it, otherwise this API key can be used for some dangerous purposes, right? Now here in next video we are going to check that how can we fetch information from our YouTube channel by using this API key. Now let's go over here and let's log into my YouTube channel, which is the AI Sciences YouTube channel, and let's fetch out let's go over here and let's go to your channel, right? And then let's fetch out the ID of the channel. So here is the ID of channel, right? So www.youtube.com/channel/. So whatever comes after channel slash, you have to copy this, and here you can paste it like maybe you can call it channel ID, okay? And you can say this is my channel ID. Remember, this is your API key, and API key of YouTube, and this is the channel ID of your YouTube channel, right? So then the next thing is so here you will say channel_info, right? So you're going to fetch the information of your channel. So you will say channel.info api.get underscore channel info, right? And then here we'll say channel ID equals to channel ID, right? That we already have it over here. So what we are doing is we are fetching channel information over here by using API. Now what is API? API is this instance that is created by API library over here that is coming from YouTube, and we are passing our API key as well over here, right? And now here we are passing the channel ID for which we want to fetch the information, right? And then let's just print it over here and let's see what comes out. Let's just run it and see what happens. So it is just printing out that we have the kind of this response as it is a YouTube channel list response, right? Now what we can do is we can say channel information dot maybe items, and then we can get something like this. So here things are a bit more clear, and it is saying that it is basically this is a list. So let's access the 0th element of the list, because this list has only one element. So let's access that element and let's convert it into dictionary. So let's say to dict, right? And let's run it. Here we go. So we are able to fetch almost all the information about our channel of YouTube, right? So here you can see that the kind of this response says it is a YouTube channel, and then a lot of information that is not needed. Here is the ID that we used for it, and here is inside the snippet we can see that the title of our channel is AI Sciences. Then we have a description. We are a group of experts, PhD students, and blah blah blah. And then the information about thumbnails, their height, their width, which is probably useful, probably useless, and a lot of other information like videos count, how many videos we have uploaded yet, how many subscribers do we have, how many views count do we have, right? So almost a lot of useful information is available over here, but you can see that it is not in a presentable form, right? So let's make it in a bit presentable form. So what we'll do is we'll say print. So what we'll do is we'll fetch all this information that is available in channel info, and we will just I mean, this is a dictionary, right? This is a dictionary. So we'll fetch just the relevant information that is needed. For example, let's say I need views count, right? So I'll say views count, right? Views. Let's make V capital. And then let's add a colon. Okay, so here what we'll do is we'll say so first of all, let's do something like, let's store all this information in a variable, right? So before doing this, let's do something like over here. So we'll say channel underscore data equals to this, right? So here in channel data variable, we'll be able to store all this information that we fetched over here. Then let's run it. Great. Now over here, what we'll do is we'll say print views count, and then we'll say channel data, right? And inside it we'll say, so where is the views count? Let's check it out. It is over where? Here we go. So it is over, so it is under the key of statistics. So we have to go into statistics, then we have to go into view count, right? So let's go into statistics, and then inside the statistics we have to go into view count without space, right? Let's just run it. Here we go. So you can see that it is printing views count from here, and then it is printing 6111011. So these many views count we already have on our channel, right? So what if we want to print the more information, maybe like subscribers count, video count? We can do exactly things like that. Let me just copy paste and change the content. So let's say subscriber count, and here in the statistics, so if we go over here, where is the subscriber count? Here is the subscriber count. So inside the statistics there is a subscriber count variable, subscriber count key, right? And then we want to get views count. Where is the views count? Sorry, video count. We need a video count. So here's the video count, right? Let me copy this. Inside statistics there is a thing called video count. So let me make it video, right? So now I have views count from statistics, from channel data. Inside statistics there are view count, and then I want to get subscriber count inside channel data. Inside statistics I have subscriber count, and same goes out for video count as well. Let me run it, and here you can see that I am able to fetch the views count, subscriber count, and video count of my YouTube channel that is available over here. Here you can see that this subscriber count is exactly equals to this one, right? So this is how, I mean, you can fetch more information as well. For example, if you want to fetch the channel description, not difficult. So how can we do that? We can say print. So here we'll say description, and then here we'll say channel data, and inside it, now this is your quiz. What would we put over here that will bring us the description? You can check it out over here. Where is description available? Here it is, right? So now it's your job to print out the description as well. See you in next video. Right, so how can we get the description? If you're able to do it, great. Otherwise, let's do it together. So all you have to do is you have to write snippet over here, and then here you have to write description, right? That's about it. So let's run it, and here we go. Views count, subscribers count, then video count, and finally description, right? So this is how you can fetch the information, overall information of a YouTube channel. Now let's talk about the playlists and videos that are available on the YouTube channel, that available on our YouTube channel. So if we go to YouTube channel, we have a lot of playlists over here, a lot of them. So let's see how many playlists do we have. So how can we fetch the data of playlists? So here we'll say that playlist underscore info. So in this variable we'll get the information of a playlist. So we'll say API. Remember API, the object that we created over here, right? So it's the same object. So API dot, we'll say get underscore playlist, get playlists. Okay, so here what we have to do is we have to pass the ID of channel that we have already stored in channel ID, and let's just run it and let's see what we will get inside it. Sorry, here we go. So we got a response that says that YouTube, this is a playlist response. So here we'll say that dot items, right? Let's run it again, and here we go. So by default you might be able to see that there are only 5 playlists available over here, but on the channel, if we go over here, there are at least more than 5 playlists available. This is because by default this function gets you 5 playlists only. So if you want to get all the playlists, what you can do is you can say count equals to none, right? And let's run it, and here we go. So we got a lot of playlists. So let's find out how many lists do we have. So since it is a list, so we can check out simply the length of the list, right? So this is how we check the length of list. So we total have 48 playlists, right? You can also specify that how many playlists do you want. Let's say I want only 10 playlists, right? So let's run it again. So here are 10 playlists. Let's make sure what is the length of it. The length is 10. So this is how you can fetch the information about the playlists. Now there is not much information available about the playlist, because this is telling that the response kind is YouTube playlist and the ID of that relevant playlist is this. But the good thing is, if we have an ID of a playlist, we can fetch a lot of other information about the playlist as well. So let's go ahead and fetch more information about the playlist. So here we'll say that playlist underscore info by ID, right? So here we'll say that API, again the same object, API dot get underscore playlist by ID. Now here we have to pass the ID of playlist. So playlist ID equals to. So how can we get the ID of a playlist? So let's say inside this playlist info dot items we have all the playlists, right? And let's say we want to get the ID of first playlist, so we'll say that item of 0, and then we can say that dot ID. So it will get us the ID of first playlist. Let's just copy this and paste it over here, right? So we'll get the information about this playlist over here in this variable, right? Let's paste it over here and let's just run it. Again, we got a response, and if we want to see this response, we need to get into the list, and then what do we need to do? No, first of all we need to say playlist info by ID dot items, and then inside it, since it is a list, what we have to do is we have to go into the first index, and then we have to say to dictionary, DICT, right? Let's run it, and here we go. So we've got the information about our playlist, and I mean this is the whole information that we have. Let's say title of the playlist is Power BI. Let's run it for the second playlist. This is 0th and this is first index, and let's run it again. Now this is, where is the title? So title of this playlist is Business Intelligence, right? and then it has no description, so the description is empty. What else do we have it? Do we have it over here? So channel title is AI Sciences, and where is the item count? So here is the item count. We can also find out that how many videos are available inside this playlist. So this is how we can fetch the data of a playlist. Now your job is to get the relevant information out of this hairy dictionary. So I want you to extract only two things: title of the playlist and the total number of videos that are available on the playlist. Print it nicely over here. That is the assignment. Alright, so let's first store this information over here. Let's say in some variable, maybe let's call it one playlist underscore info. Okay, so we'll store all, because this is the information for one playlist. And by the way, you can just iterate over it, over this thing, and you can use a loop over this variable, this constant, and you can replace it with some iterating variable, and you can iterate over the whole playlist as well, all of the playlists as well. Now here we have one playlist information over here. Now let's print playlist name. So we want to print the playlist name. And how can we do that? So we'll say one playlist info, and here inside the snippet, and then we'll go inside the title, right? So this is how we can print the name of a playlist, and also we wanted to print the number of videos that we have inside the playlists. So we'll say total number of videos, right? So then we'll say again same thing, one playlist info. Inside it we'll say content details. So we'll say content details, and then we'll say item count, right? So item count, right? So yeah, it works. So it is printing out the name of playlist, and it is also printing out the total number of videos. Now what if we want to print the name of all the playlists alongside with the total number of videos? So let's do something like this. So let's just add a line to distinguish that the information for one playlist is ended over here, and let's copy this code as well. Let's copy it. Actually, let's write the whole code in a new line, right? In a new cell, sorry. And let's do something like this, and let's write the whole code inside a loop. So first of all, we need to check that what is the length of this items, right? So let's say copy and paste it over here. Let's run it. So we'll say dot underscore underscore len underscore underscore, and then here we go. So length is 10, right? So let's copy it and paste it over here. So we'll say for I in range from 0 to this length, okay? And let's also indent this code, and let's replace this constant with I, right? And also let's replace this with I, right? So I think it looks no, it should be 0 over here. So because we need to get the first element of this list, okay? So looks so far so good. Let's run it and see if there is any error. Yes, there is, and there is an error. It says that okay, so we did not write dot underscore underscore len underscore underscore, and that's it. Let's run it again, and here we go. So playlist name Power BI, total number of videos 3. Playlist name Business Intelligence, total number of videos 3. Playlist name Amazon Web Services, total number of videos 5. Playlist name Python project, total number of videos 57, and so on and so forth, right? In artificial intelligence we have 90 videos. So yeah, this is how you can print out the whole information about a playlist. Now from next video we'll try to see how can we get the information about a specific video, right? So here we are not getting the information about a specific video. Initially we were able to get the information specifically about the channel, then we were able to get the information specifically about the playlist, and now we want to get the information specifically about let's say a specific video. So we'll see how can we do it.